Um, Walker loves to comment. But, you don't have to worry, Walker, because the separation movement isn't going to be able to get signatures. You see, the process for putting forward a question is that there can't be two questions that are similar in nature. And the question that the separatists wanted to put forward, which is still in review, is on the same topic. Forever Canadian's question just flipped it. So when the separatists were busy with their big boards, puffing their chests everywhere, they didn't actually register the question before Forever Canadian did. That was the whole thing. It was the race to get the question accepted. And when the separatists finally did put forward the question, there were some concerns with its phrasing, because Forever Canadian had a good lawyer draft the question. The separatists did not. Go check Black Hat Guy's record. So for now, at least, you don't need to worry about that. The hard work's been done already. And I gotta tell you, the backlash on the Twitters from the usual suspects, the David Parkers, the Keith Wilsons, the other bobblehead separatists. Forever Canadian did the work for us. Yeah. It's giving, you don't want to go out with me? Well, I didn't want to go out with you either. It's really sad. Now Keith Wilson's on this whole thing about how, Forever Canadian misled people. It says right on the application, it's a question to go forward to referendum. Now Thomas Lukaszik's saying that they don't want to go to referendum. No, Danny gets to decide that. But the question, should it need to go to referendum, will have obtained the required number of signatures. And whether it was Forever Canadian or the Ding Dong Separatists, who were very proud about the fact that they were going to use the change in legislation with more time and less signatures to put forward their wackadoo question. I mean, I don't know if they would have gotten the required signatures. They really aren't that organized. They pretend to be, but they never pay attention to detail. Y'all are just mad that you didn't get to it first. But hopefully, if it does go to referendum and this separation talk is put to bed, because based on Forever Canadian's question, it would be yes, Alberta should remain in Canada. And then we don't have to hear about this bullshit for at least 5 more years. So you don't have to worry, Walker. Don't spend your nights tossing and turning. We're gonna be just fine. And if you really want to separate, go away from Alberta. You can separate yourself anytime you want. As for Forever Canadian, we're just gonna sit and wait and see. All the counts should be done by January. I think the separatist question is set for review sometime in December. It may all be for naught, because again, rules. So even though Danny made it easier for them by changing legislation that didn't actually need to be touched, but they did it out of anger, because when they tried to recall the mayor of Calgary, it was an impossible feat. It's not reasonable for someone to have to get almost 300,000 signatures, unless it's for a cause that people actually believe in. So I think it backfired on them, just like a lot of things are backfiring on the UCP. They just won't admit it. But at some point, they will have no choice but to look at the really shitty decisions they've made and sit in the fact that they have fucked themselves. But I'm sure the UCP and all the wackadoo alt-wrongs will still somehow figure out how to blame the NDP. But thanks for your concern. And it's not about collecting more signatures. You just have to meet the threshold. See, again, you guys don't know. You don't pay attention to detail. I'm gonna feel just fine. Just fine. And really, Parker and Wilson, and even Black Hat Guy, should be thanking Thomas. Now they don't have to worry about going out and getting signatures from the cousin, brother, uncles that want to separate, because Forever Canadian really did do all the work. Now they can just sit in their holes of misery and tap, tap, tap on the Twitters.